Today is the day. I'm so excited.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking right now because we're doing something we haven't done in a while. So
something we've been dreaming of doing.
Yeah, the preparedness, I mean, we're going over and over, going through the rig and checking the websites. It's now down to time to just put it all together and do it. So we're doing it.
So we are headed across the Canadian border. We are headed to Newfoundland. We are headed to Nova Scotia. So the first step is to get the RV across the border without getting into trouble. We've dropped off booze at Jillian's, who is kindly holding it for us until we come back because there are restrictions on all that.
Holding it for us, Jillian.
Right now, let's get this rig closed up, finish packing up, and hit the road. What are you doing? I see you.
I'm ready to go. I got to go. I'm gonna tell you all about it. Watch me now. I'm ready to go. Look out below. I'm gonna show you all about it. Watch me now. I'm ready to go.
We have not made it to the border yet. We are stopping right before the border because we want to fill up with less expensive fuel than what we're going to get on the other side.
Open Roads just added all these Irving Fuel stations up here in the northern part of Maine. There was nothing up here until Irving came on the grid with Open Roads. So we're going to check them out. Looks like we're going to get about a 70 cents per gallon savings. So let's test it.
We'll take whatever we can because I think fuel's going to go up by like $2 a gallon as soon as we hit Canada. So
yeah,
that is some no bueno. We are not prepared for these prices,
no.
Especially since we won't be able to use our TSD fuel savings card at all while we're in Canada.
The Irvings are a Canadian company. So I don't know why they wouldn't be on there. Looking at you, Open Roads. Let's get on that. One of the great things about the Open Roads program is that it allows you to use your card at the pump instead of going inside prepay, which we had to do the first year and a half that we were on the road. If you're not familiar with the Open Roads fuel program, Stacy will put a link down below. It's a great way to save some money while you're out traveling on diesel fuel. I think the most we've saved at any one given time is about $1.10 per gallon.
Our TSD app has not populated our transaction yet, so we will keep you posted on that. In the meantime, our next stop is the border, and I have to say, we're not where the Millers.
Are you bringing anything back into the United States, sir?
So why are we so nervous about crossing the border?
Well, it's because,
we're not criminals.
No, we just don't know if they're going to come in and want to inspect the rig, if they want to open everything up. So we don't know what's going to happen. They may just look at our passports and say, okay, go on through. You know, do you have any...
You're harmless rule followers. Just keep going.
Do you have any oranges from California or something? I don't know.
I don't know. But we will let you guys know how the border crossing goes. And, if they pull Phil out and frisk him or not.
And if you don't ever hear from us again, you know we didn't do so well at the border.
I'm so nervous.
Why?
I don't know. It's so dumb.
How you doing?
Good, thank you. Where do you two live?
San Antonio, Texas, where we're from.
Okay. What's the purpose of travel today, folks?
We're just coming to visit. Camping? No.
All right. Stacy, can you poke your head up there?
Yes. I'm coming.
Thank you very much. How long do you plan to stay in Canada?
We're actually going to be in Nova Scotia for about 10 days, but before that, we're taking the ferry to Newfoundland.
Okay. So overall in Canada, what do you say?
So it's 3 weeks, 21 days in Newfoundland, and then 10 days in Nova Scotia.
You're going to miss July 4th.
I know.
You'll be here for Canada Day.
There you go.
What day's that?
July 1st.
July 1st.
July
Okay.
1st.
Besides personal clothing, what do you have with you?
Pretty much everything we own.
Yeah, this is our house.
Alcohol, tobacco?
We have a bottle of Crown Royal and a little bit of tequila.
Okay.
That's it.
How big of a bottle of Crown? Do you know offhand?
$7.50.
Tobacco?
No.
No.
All right. No smokers on board?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Any cannabis, goods containing cannabis, even by prescription?
No.
No.
All right. Any currency exceeding $10,000 Canadian?
No.
You book 7,500 US cash?
No.
Fair enough. Gifts for anybody in Canada?
No.
No. Either of you traveling with a firearm today?
No.
All right. Anything for self-defense, pepper spray, mace, tasers, anything of that nature?
Nope.
Perfect.
We just got
Just him.
just the knife hands.
That's it. That's all you need. Any food points and
We have food in the fridge,
Okay.
but we don't have a lot of food.
No,
Yeah.
all commercially packaged.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not traveling with any live animals, potted plants.
No.
Nope.
No.
Yes.
Absolutely. This is 3 years in the making.
What's top on your list to do or see while you're here?
Well, our main objective is to put this thing on the ferry and take it over to Newfoundland. That's where we want to go. We want to see the icebergs over there. We want to just...
Fair enough. Any purchase from the duty free before coming over?
No.
What's top on your list? Like in Newfoundland, where are you going first?
We're gonna make the whole route around
Okay.
on the island, starting in
Port au Basque?
Yeah, Port au Basque.
Port au Basque. Yep.
We
yep.
do want to hit the old Navy base because we're prior military, and
Okay.
we have friends that were stationed there for a long time. So we
Okay.
want to hit that old airfield and see what's left. From the pictures, I think it's all mainly fenced off, but we're still going to head over there.
Both former military?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What branch?
Navy.
Navy.
Okay.
I did 27 years. She did 5.
Wow. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Retired now?
Yeah.
Part of that convoy? Like
The convoy.
there's an RV or convoy. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, no. We're full-time RV. We just do our own thing.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've been doing it for 5 years, and we're absolutely loving life.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Right on. When you got out of the Navy, did they give you any gifts like Leatherman's tools, stuff like that? I had some former Air Force come through a while ago. They had some knives that were actually prohibited.
I have a Leatherman,
Okay.
but it was given to me from a retired Dutch Marine
Okay.
as a gift.
But nothing from the service.
No.
I've got none of that. No.
Okay. Because that's what they had with their Leathermans.
Yeah, it's the standard Leatherman that you can buy at the store.
And they say that they got that many Leathermans over the years. Like,
Well, I had them issued to me when I was in the Navy,
Yeah.
but over the years, and then
did you lose them? And,
yeah,
Yeah.
well, I was law enforcement in the Navy, so
Okay.
the Leatherman wasn't my main tool.
Like an MP in the Navy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
So my duty belt looked like your duty belt.
Yeah. Good stuff. You guys are all set. Enjoy your trip. Okay?
I appreciate it, man. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
That was some just oddball questions.
Well, because he was trying to stump us.
Yeah.
It's from my reading, try to catch you in a lie.
Yeah.
That's why he kept wanting to know how long we were going to be there. That's the
Yeah.
number one question people can't answer, and they can't answer what they want to do.
Well, I didn't know. I don't even know where we're going, and so that's why I kept looking at you. That's suspicious in itself.
He wanted to make sure we were on the up and up because we got a lot of questions.
Yeah, we did, and he kept.
Maybe
was asking,
he was suspicious about Phil. He can
He
look
was-
a little squirrely.
He was like, "How long are you going to be here?" I don't know.
Phil
I'm
has
looking
no
at
idea.
Stacy.
He doesn't know where we're going. He doesn't know how long we're going to be here, so he kept turning to look at me.
I'm truly the driver. That's very suspicious.
That's probably why they kept asking questions, because Phil couldn't answer.
I'd have said, pull over to lane 2 for an extra check.
So make
But-
sure you know these details when you're coming through. How long you're going to be here, where you're going, and what are you hoping to see? Those were like, the questions he was asking that Phil could not answer.
Yeah, don't say we're going to Newfoundland because they want to know where you're going to go. What are you going to
Yeah.
see?
And,
So, at
but
least
they
know
don't
that.
understand, full-time RVers where we just kind of wing it. They don't.
Oh, wait, somebody said I got to start using the little numbers on the speedometer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that
figure
might
that
be
out.
good. We just got to our campground, and we're unhooking so they can put us in our sight when Phil discovers a problem.
So we have another power cord that has fallen out, and we drug it. No telling how many miles, but it's pretty filed down. So luckily, this happened to us once before, so I have a spare. I have a spare of everything, just in case something like this happens. So this time I was a good little Boy Scout, and I was prepared. No telling how long we've been dragging it, though. So I hate that.
Welcome to Century Family Farm Campground, or Century Farm Family Campground, one or the other. I'm not really sure.
It's close.
But we are here, and right there is the Bay of Fundy. So literally the tide changes by 30 feet when the tide rolls in and out. And right over there, past the water, if you could see it, are some caves. And when the tide is down, you can actually walk into the caves and explore the caves. There's also a restaurant right there, which is where we are headed to right now. We have been in St. Martin's for all of
2 hours.
Even that long?
Maybe.
And we've already found something super cool right here behind us.
This is a sea cave. It's pretty cool. The camp host or camp spotter parking us pointed it out to us.
And when we first got here, it was completely underwater.
Yeah.
And now, as you can see, we can go over there and explore.
So that's what we're going to do.
I was trying to find Phil a small section so his shoes won't get all wet in this water. Of course, I'm wearing my hikers, so I don't care if mine get wet, but I'm not sure where he's going to have to cross. He's just going to have to get his feet wet or take a leap of faith. Oh, this is going to be good.
Maybe.
You ain't jumping over. Oh, yeah, you go right ahead.
No.
No, go ahead. Let's see how slippy those rocks are, Phil.
They're slippery.
Just do it. That's not too deep right there. You could dive, step there.
I should dive.
Well, dive, step, whatever.
No, because I'm going to sink like that.
Should I go? Here, I'll show you how sturdy it is.
Okay, go ahead. You're walking through it and you don't see it.
I know, but let me see how sinky.
You sunk right there.
It's not that sinky. Oh, the mud is slippery. I almost totally wiped it out right there. So let's go in and check out this little cave before my camera dies, because I have about 10% left on this battery. All right, this one doesn't go very far, so let's go next door. Let's see how deep we can go back in that one. Hopefully I don't fall and bust my butt, because Phil will laugh at me after I dogged him. This one's wider. Up there's more narrow, look. Just a little bit in front of you. Oh, that was boring. I was hoping for a wipeout.
Yeah, well, you come to the wrong show.
Yeah, this one really isn't deep at all. It's just more of a crevice than a cave for sure. So you can see behind me. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It is really cool though. Especially knowing that just an hour or two ago this was underwater and you couldn't even walk over here. Did you get a puddle? This is how I know I could never live here. This pole means it's going to be buried in snow, possibly this deep. Look, it's almost up to my head. Yeah, this is a state I can only visit in the summer. We are attempting to leave here today, but we've been filling up with water for 37 minutes. Unfortunately, we are sharing a water spigot and it is moving very slow.
Yeah, so we should have filled the water tank up days ago.
Yeah, and of course, I wanted to be out of here by 9. It's 9:37. We are already behind. We have a 4.5-hour drive today.
Not bad.
Well, not bad, but we also have to stop and get groceries because we need to stock up before we get to Newfoundland. Because it's going to be very sparse there. So we got to fill up the fridge. And then we have to stop at a Best Buy because we're having trouble with our camera. So I don't even know how the sound is going to be for you guys because our housing is dead. So we're crossing our fingers that Best Buy has what we need because we can't get Amazon here today.
No. And the camera's fine. It's the housing unit that we put it in that you can add the lights and mics to. The mic port in it is what we think from our troubleshooting is gone. Because we've tried 2 different mics. Yeah. We've tried the cameras outside of the housing. Everything works fine. We think it's that port. And unfortunately, there's no fix for that. So
this is one of those cases where you need to have 2 of some of the things that you have when you're going somewhere like Newfoundland or even Nova Scotia, which is we're also going to hang out in. There, you know, if your water pump goes out, if your ACs go out, you know, you need to have some of those spare parts while you're traveling.
Yeah, the squirrel cage, not the whole AC unit.
True story. You can't really pack that in.
Yeah, but the squirrel cage, we definitely have.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those things where things just jump up and bite you in the butt when you least expect it, and then you go, I should have. Well, we didn't.
All right, so let's see how long this takes. We're going to be without hookups for at least 3 to 4 nights before we can hit another campground and dump and fill. I don't know if we're staying at the campground. I don't really know where we're going once we get across the ferry, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, Lord,
I don't really have those kind of plans yet.
help us.
Oh my gosh, I did not think it was going to happen, and I did not know what we were going to do. But as you can see, crisis averted, and I got a few new batteries. You never know what's going to happen when you're driving down the road. And for us, we had 2 water spills. So let's talk about how crazy this is. The first one was from the toilet, no less. So Phil always puts the stuff in the toilet to help break everything down when he does all his flushes. And he fills water in the toilet and puts it in there so it will melt before it drops down. Well, nobody used the bathroom before we left, and it was up to the rim. So that sloshed all out onto the floor.
Oops.
And then, you won't believe this one. Let's see if I can get you in here.
That's a rookie mistake there.
So we had something up on this top shelf right here, some soap. It fell off the shelf, hit the hot water lever, and as you can see, the shower is soaked, and that's from the water that has been running for we don't know how long. So now we lost a tick in the fresh, and we gained 2 ticks in the gray. So this could be not good for our boondocking.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will clear up a little bit once we get on level ground, because we're pretty slanted right now.
And it probably would not have run had I turned off the water pump after I washed my hands.
Which he did not do.
Right. So when it hit the lever, the pump, it sensed that it needed water, so the pump was running, and of course we were up front. Didn't hear it until we stopped at a red light, and we were like, there's water running. It was a shower.
And of course, it's not even the trifecta. We're moving on to number 4 of what we screwed up. The shower door was not closed and latched. So the door opened as we're driving down the road. So the shower went everywhere, all over the floor. It came out in the hall. So I just finished mopping it all up. So let's see what else can go wrong today.
We've arrived at our harvest host here in Nova Scotia. It's a brewery, Hathcock Brewery. And they told us we could park anywhere along this side here or over here. And as you can see, this is pretty sloped. There's a little bead just pulled in behind us. It is pretty sloped. So we chose to stay here. So we're going to level now. And the big thing we have to look out for is the ceiling overhang. Hopefully we don't have to move again. It's pretty level over here. So we got lucky that we got here before anybody else. So as soon as she's done leveling, we'll pop this slide out first and see where we are.
Everyone's got to drop down.
I know. Oh yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
Like barely?
Made it by that much. We got less than about a foot.
Nice. All right, ready to open the rest?
Yeah, this is the hard part. Okay, we're good.
All right, but we're good as in level, but come look at our tanks.
Oh no.
They're not empty for boondocking. So the shower,
Ooh, it filled that gray tank up.
yeah, so it went a whole tick.
No, it went 2 ticks because it was empty. We had a tick in the black.
Well, we
before
got
left.
rid of a tick of fresh, but yeah, 2 ticks in the gray.
So we dumped in probably 40, 45, 50, 45-ish gallons of fresh water while we were driving down the road.
And it took forever to get that in the tank. We just sent it right down the shower. Oh my gosh.
We need that shower miser
Okay,
thingy.
so here's what we're doing. We're going to set up after we go into the brewery and have something to eat. So they have a food truck over there. Phil's going to get a beer, and then we'll come set up.
And I know what you're asking, or what you're thinking right now is, how come that face wash was left up there in the shower? Don't you have a checklist? Don't you use your slap wrist bracelets? We do. That wasn't on there. And that was only in there because we broke our shower organizer, so that was sitting on the top.
But that being said, whoever takes care of the razors...
No, whoever does the inside...
No, don't let him... Phil always does his razors because he uses them last. So on travel days, he showers last, he goes in, and he always takes care of that stuff. Do you not? Yes, he does. Are you saying you didn't shower?
No, I showered, but I mean,
No,
I meant if I shaved.
Tap.
I didn't shave. They were the razors were already in their spot.
You still pull them out. But no, here's the thing. Here's really the problem.
No, we don't do that anymore.
I know. We have a whole new container for the razors. I'm poking the bear, but he doesn't even have to move them anymore. So
no, I don't.
We'll show you that later. Right now, we're going to go eat.
It's my fault. It's all my fault.
Phil has pulled out our checklist. We're going to go down the list so we can get the heck out of here. We're going to have about a 2-hour drive, and we're headed to a Boondockers Welcome. So it's really handy that Nova Scotia and Newfoundland, which is, of course, where we're headed, has a ton of Harvest Hosts and Boondockers Welcome for us. So as you can see, we are pretty much packed up, and we're about to close up the RV and head out.
Yeah, and we double and triple checked the shower. Everything's below the handles, so we're good there.
I can't even believe that happened. Like, we couldn't make that happen if we tried.
I could not. If I put that bottle back up there today, it would fall and miss everything, guaranteed.
And for over half our water to go down the gray tank, into the gray tank, that's just crazy.
Discover it all. And see it all.
All right, let's see if this is going to work. We just stopped at an Irving Big Stop fuel station. It's much like a TA or a Petro back in the States, where it caters to truckers and RVs. And I can use my card at the pump here. Not my Open Roads card, but my regular credit card, because Open Roads does not have contracts up here in Canada. Yesterday we stopped at an Irving, but it was a regular gas station. It did have truck stop pumps, but those were for commercial truckers, so we couldn't use those lanes. We didn't know until after we pulled in, and the clerk inside kindly told us that we need to go to the regular lanes. And they didn't have DEF there. So Stacy had to buy a couple buckets of DEF, 5 gallons worth, so we could fill up last night, not knowing that this place was going to have DEF, and they do. So we're going to buy some DEF just to keep on hand in case we need it while we're over in Newfoundland. But I think I'm topped off here. 53 liters. I guess that's what? 10 gallons, I think. 11 gallons, maybe.
I have no idea.
It's 4 liters to a gallon, so fuzzy math. I just spent 90 Canadian dollars, and all we're doing is basically topping off before we head into Newfoundland.
The gas prices go up.
Yeah, and so it is. Okay, this is weird. It is 167.9 cents per liter. So now they want me to do even more fuzzy math. So it's $90 Canadian. I'll have to do the math to convert that to US, but that's not a lot.
We have loved staying at this Boondockers Welcome. Not only is the property beautiful and our host super nice, but they have invited us to hit up their garden. There's nothing like fresh anything straight from the garden. All right, let's check this out. I'm not even gonna wash it. I'm just gonna eat it. That was so good. I better get out of the strawberry patch before I eat all of their strawberries. Now, we only are staying here for one night at this Boondockers Welcome, but I gotta tell you, it was the best night's sleep, and it's so quiet here. And that's not even the best part. You have to check out this view.
Discover it all. Discover.
And luckily for us, we are going to come back here in a couple of weeks after we leave Newfoundland, and we get to hang out with them and actually go explore the area a little bit. So we are really excited about that.
Getting ready to close everything up and make our trek towards the ferry. It's getting exciting.
So as we were saying goodbye to our Boondockers Welcome hosts, who were amazing, and oh, by the way, they are also a part of our Sunday crew. They sent us off with, check this out, fresh, homemade baked cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, and they're about to go down, that's for sure. And looks like she made a trip out to her garden.
She got me more strawberries.
Look at these. You can't get any fresher than that. Hand-picked.
Oh my goodness.
I think this morning.
Yes, from this morning. And yesterday when we got there, they greeted us with homemade pizza.
Oh, you know I'm a fan of that.
She can bake some bread. Obviously, I need to take some lessons.
Yeah, the pizza was outstanding. The beer was ice cold. and the company was awesome.
Yeah, we couldn't have better hosts. So we are really excited we get to meet up with them again after we leave Newfoundland. But until then, we're going to sit here and munch on our cinnamon rolls.
This is good. Sorry. This is good.